Hey, what's going on, CoinUp TV subscribers? Robert Welkin here. In this video, I want to do a review of another Shaw Brothers classic. It's Return of the One-Armed Swordsman from 1969, directed by Chang Cheh. I'm going to give my letter grade at the end of this video, and this video will also contain some spoilers. I watched this on a English dub with kind of French or European accents to it on the dub, so it was sort of interesting to hear the very proper speaking by some of the main characters in this movie, but that didn't stop me from having a great appreciation for this movie, and I took a lot of notes while I was watching this movie, so I'll rattle those off as fast as I can, try not to bog things down, but I look forward to your comments and feedback in the comment section below. So here's the synopsis from IMDb. It says, after defeating the long-armed devil and his armies, our nubbed hero has been living in retirement as a farmer, but circumstances cause him to come out of retirement and take on the 8 kings. Each warrior with their own unique fighting style. Time has come for the One-Armed Swordsman to return. So this is a follow-up from the One-Armed Swordsman, which I did a review of already. Hopefully you check that out. I'll try and put a link in the description below so you can check out that review and let me know what you think of that. This is a follow-up to the original film with Jimmy Wang Yu back as Fang Kang. Chiao Chiao, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, returns again as his wife, who keeps him sort of grounded in the movie. Wang Yu is trying to lead a peaceful life as a farmer, but some martial artists show up at his doorstep called the Black and White Knights, and they insist that he get back into the fray again. Some familiar faces show up in this movie to sort of round out the all-star cast. We get Ku Feng in a short role, Lung and Lau Kar-leung and more, so it's great to sort of see these cameos kind of popping up, very familiar early parts for some of these actors. I would say that the romance stuff is a little bit on the sappy and melodramatic side. Don't take this the wrong way, but I can see why Chang Cheh, the director, ditched a lot of that stuff and went for a little more of the bromance in the late 70s and 80s, especially when it got to the Venom mob members. It was all about the bromance, and the female characters and the love interests were very secondary, if not even in some of those movies. Speaking of female characters, though, there is a deceptively cunning female assassin called Thousand Blades, who shows up in this movie and is adds some really great intrigue to this movie. A little bit of a subplot with the well and what she does with that, a little bit of assassinations, a little bit of using her sex appeal to manipulate some of the guys in this movie. Unfortunately, her role is actually pretty short in this movie, but pretty memorable. I would have liked to maybe seen Thousand Blades part a little bit longer in this movie. Or, you know, I think maybe she could even have her own spin-off movie as well. If that exists, let me know in the comments below if Thousand Blades has a spin-off movie, because if not, we need that. It's not too late. If you like ninjas, I don't know if I'd call this a ninja movie, but there's a lot of martial arts action in this that kind of represents ninja stuff. People popping out of the ground, popping out behind trees, a lot of traps, a lot of smoke, some fireworks. So if you want to see some ninja attacking type of things going on, that's in this movie. We also get to see Jimmy Wang Yu's character somehow magically level up. He's almost like invincible. Homeboy can like fly around now. He can sort of spin in the air, slashing his sword, take out multiple people, multiple trees. I'm not quite sure when Wang Yu had the time to learn some of these new abilities. I was thinking to myself, hasn't he been like a farmer and just kind of chilling and trying to relax? But somehow he's been secretly training, teaching himself all these new techniques to really like level up his abilities, which visually it looks cool and entertaining. It's cool. But when I was watching the movie, I was thinking, wait a second, he's pretty much can do anything right now is basically what you're telling me, you know? So, let's see, let's get to the third act. A lot of action, a lot of drama, a lot of intrigue most of the way through. Then we get to the third act where things get a little bit strange when it comes to the story and the storytelling here. Here's what sort of happens in the third act. The heroes storm the castle, they save the hostages and escape, only to have about 20 more minutes of the movie where like the villain of the movie, called Unseen Blade, shows up with his henchmen to sort of storm the castle or the village where all the heroes are now kicking back and sleeping or something. It was really odd. I've never seen this in a movie before, where it's like back-to-back scenes are basically like storming the castle, beat a bunch of people, rescue the villagers, and then later that night, the same thing happens, but in reverse against you. I mean, there's a lot of action, a lot of stuff, a lot of chaos going on, but pretty strange sort of storytelling. But let me get to my final notes here. Fun overall. I would say it's probably more action-packed than the previous entry. Some of Wang Yu's new abilities, like I said, I thought were a little over the top. For someone who is trying to live his life as a quiet farmer, but hey, it's action. Some people might actually consider this sequel better than the first movie, but I'm actually going to give it a letter grade of the same that I did the One-Armed Swordsman, of a B-. Highly entertaining, highly fun, rewatchable, crazy, action-packed, but it can't survive without the first movie. So that's why I kind of gave it the same letter grade as the first movie, because I kind of feel like these are a pair. I've never seen the third movie, though. The David Chang, I think, takes over as the role. So hopefully one day I'll get to check that out, and I'll try and leave a review, my comments for that. So let me know what your comments are for the return of the One-Armed Swordsman from 1969. Thanks a bunch for watching. For Coin Op TV, we'll see you next time.